Working with
Hey,
Lilith,
what's up, guys?
Morlock.
Johnny Con here, aka Not Such a Conqueror. Huh. Today I'm kind of sporting a more Justin Bieber kind of look, I guess. Usually see me with my beanie or slick back hair. I haven't had this kind of hair in a long ass time. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about working with Lilith and working with Moloch. Lilith feels more feminine, but not like a weak kind of feminine. How can I say this? Um, it's like she doesn't want you to bow. Well, first of all, there's people that say that she doesn't work with masculines, but I don't believe that's true. You know, like if you're not a complete douchebag or asshole, I believe she will work with you. You know, I would say that her presence to me feels between kind of motherly, but at the same time kind of like something that's not that. You know, I don't want to say loverish either. It's kind of hard to describe, but it does feel like I'm protected under her guidance. You know, it's kind of like she will teach you about self empowerment and following your own journey. And it's interesting because before I started working with Moloch, I started having dreams of confronting things that have been in my psyche a long ass time. And my friend said that working with Lilith or even Moloch will trigger a clipothic like journey. You know, you'll start having intense dreams. Sometimes there'll be dreams of chaos. You know, being under the guidance of a demon or a demoness or these types of god or goddesses is a different kind of trip. You know, sometimes it's like a tough love. You know, it'll be in a manner that makes you confront your fears. You know, and being under Moloch's influence is a little bit more masculine. Feels like more masculine. You know, so I don't know if this is true for anybody else, but for me, it kind of feels like Lilith is almost like a mother figure to me, and Moloch is more like a masculine god of war kind of like figure. Well, to me, that's what I get. Um, it feels very protective being under his guidance. I feel like I'm in charge of like my masculine Mars energy, like 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 let's do it, let's get it, let's hold this turf. That's what Moloch's journey feels like. And I wanted to address something that one of my followers recently brought up, because I told them that I sleep with Moloch sigil sometimes, or any entity that I work with, and I learned this from my friend Nocturnus. Put the sigil underneath your pillow. This is a way of charging the sigil with your subconsciousness. Not only that, but it's kind of like a CD player, like an astral CD player. Sometimes you'll get impressions or messages from that figure during your sleep. You know, you'll reap the benefits of it. During your sleep. All right. So these are just some things that I wanted to share. Thank you for following my TikTok and YouTube. I'm about to release some new music. All right, guys. So thank you once again. All right. This is Johnny Khan, aka Not Such a Conqueror. Peace.